Maybe it's just annoying. You know, it's so silly. Good day, everyone. Good day. How's everybody doing? What's happening? What's new and exciting in your world? What's up, High Five? You watched Multiverse of Madness, right?
I did.
That's the show for this week on Reverse Polarity.
Oh, okay, so let me tell you what happened in there.
You can explain it to me? Go right ahead. I'm curious. What?
No, I was like, I'm just waiting for somebody to explain me what happened.
Where's the beard? Somebody beat him up and took his beard. Went to Pennsylvania and his beard fell off.
Yeah, they go over there.
Yeah, they said,
frozen.
Sorry, man, no bad hombres.
No bad numbers, guys. No.
You know?
It's the first impression, that you have to do.
Tell me how much you hated it. Dude, it's too hot for a beard, man.
It is too hot.
I mean, it's too hot. It's
it is
itchy.
too hot for everything.
That's true. What's it, Dean? How are you guys? We're doing good. Milwaukee for the win. Oh, for sure.
What?
Milwaukee for the win. Hello from Brazil.
What's up?
What's up, Fernando? Drilling.
Drilling. I'm just
All right, what did it say?
Drilling.
What's Fernando drilling, I should say. This is an F-150,
Yeah.
and we're getting ready to run the
Power ground
Marine Stinger wire across.
Mm-hmm.
This is aluminum, so we don't have to worry about rust or anything like that, corrosion or nothing. We've done it 100 million times. As you know, we do a ton of F-150s. So he's just getting it up into place. Can't be at the wedding with a homeless beard guy.
No, that's not true.
There was a homeless guy?
That was plenty. So
Should I get a second battery?
you should.
Fernando says you should. I don't know enough to answer that, but yeah, you should. You totally get it. Totally get it.
You need
Yeah.
a second.
I feel if you're asking the question, you know the answer.
Right. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, I have tons of power. Should I get another one? Of course.
You know, I've got 5,000 watts running off of my stock alternator and battery system
I mean,
with double zero gauge running back.
yeah.
Yeah, battery. Go for it.
Stock battery. Why not stock?
Fernando is from North America.
North America. I'm from North America.
I know you're from North America. We're all from North America. That always gets people. 110 in California. Sucks to be you, Bobby.
Sorry. You're losing all of this hair, man.
M12 drilling an M8. Yeah. Or a new alternator. Or a new alternator with a battery to handle it.
I would.
Blah, 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 blah. Mambo dog face through a banana patch.
I would do both. You know, I mean, you alternator, charging the battery. Yeah.
Steve Martin, by the way. I'm going to teach my kid. Anyone can teach their kid that they need to go to the bathroom. I'm going to teach my kid, teacher, I need to mumbo dog face through the banana patch. Dude, that would be spectacular. Did I say hello from Ontario, Canada?
Ontario, Canada.
Hot, you say? Try 105. Hey, man, you guys can have all that.
Canada?
It ain't a race. Bobby, you win. For a F-150, how do you run a zero gauge power and ground in the driver's side? It's through the same hole, right?
I mean, it's
No, I mean the hole down there. I can go and show that.
same thing.
You go through the same hole.
It's the same hole, right?
Yeah,
there.
hold on. Let me grab a light.
Got it right here.
Oh, you got the light? Oh. So that I was gonna say that. So there's that big grommet right there, and there's a nipple on there that you remove. Hold on, let me zoom in. All right, so there's a nipple right there.
I guess so they can't focus.
I'm trying to focus. All right, so there you go. So there's the grommet, and that's a double 8 gauge, which is you could fit through that hole right there, 20 gauge easily.
Yeah.
What he does is he just
Make a bigger hole.
makes a bigger hole.
But
Now, if we go inside, on the inside, you can see there's just as much room on the inside for it to go through, no problem. So it's
deep tie in the inside and tape. you cut the tape, cut the zip tie, and
Do you need this still?
yes, I need it.
Okay.
That's what I have here.
I don't know. Good afternoon, guys. Should I get a second girlfriend? Hell
I'm
no.
gonna say yes. Why
No,
not?
God, who needs two headaches?
Because you have a sound system. You already have one. So why not?
I have an Optima yellow top battery. Optima yellow top is really an accessory battery. So it's really not made for
Red
starting
one,
vehicles. So red is for starting and it releases. Yellow is an accessory, blue is marine. So in a lot of combinations, what you end up with is a red to start the car and a yellow to run the accessories.
Yeah.
That was the initial idea behind that. Stinger for the win, consistent quality. I would agree. With all of the new Fords, do you need to run ground back to the battery? With all new Fords, do you need to run ground back to the battery? So this is aluminum. All the trucks, all the full-size trucks are aluminum. That's entirely up to you. We do it because that's how we've always done it. That's how we were instructed to do it from Nav TV when we started using Zen A2Bs. So it just makes things super easy. In this case, I'll show you what we got running here. This one was fun. So here's our stereo. I know, right? Okay. So we have a kicker key attached here. Believe it or not, there's two actual ground screw points on this radio. So we were actually able to make a bracket that screws onto here. Key is going to be running our front stage upgrade. The Alpine is going to be running our subwoofer. It all fit into the dash, nice and neat. There's brackets here, so this attaches here. This attaches here. The whole thing is boom. It's pretty awesome. Like, we were able to hide that into the car, which is super cool. I'm excited about that. And then, oh, hang on. This gentleman likes space, but he needs this area here. Now, this has kicker components in it. So somebody else did the install and we had to come in and redo it. So they had the 6x9 coaxial mounted here with the crossover just hanging in the door. So we removed that, put our tweeter up here, put the 6x9 back together. We still had all the parts. So we were able to move that in the right direction. So we made new laser parts to mount the tweeter there. Active front, passive rear. So you have a coaxial 6.5 KS back here. And then he wanted this space and he needed a seat to fold up, which kind of posed an interesting problem because MTI is making a box now, but we didn't have that. So we were actually able to fit the Pioneer 8-inch right behind the seat. We had to cut this, of course, to get it in there. But it fits. As you saw, the seat was up, and so now we have a sub behind the back seat. It's going to be very similar to what the factory sub is doing. Oh, cool. Which he's cool with. He was like, I was at 80%. I was at like 80% sound. So we just need to go a little bit more bass. So we put that guy in there to accomplish that. Dean, how difficult is it to tune a DSP for a beginner? Looking to the Audio Control D4800. That's super cool software, and that was really designed with all levels of excitement as far as usability. Start easy. Don't get over, if it's yours, you have time, start with the simple stuff. Like do the time alignment, get your crossover set up, and work your way through it slowly. You have 4 presets. Just day by day. Don't try to do too much at once if you've ever done a DSP before. So, you start with the easy stuff. You can kind of listen to the vehicle and figure out where your problems are. Like, is there too much treble? Is there too much bass? Is the mid-range sound ringy? And things like that. And then you can go back into it and you can slowly but surely learn your way through the product. A lot of people, they just want to go full guns blazing, rootin' tootin' into it, and they have no idea what they're doing, and then they're disappointed, and they tell everyone, oh, it sounded like crap. And no, it's just you didn't understand how to use it. So go slow, take your time. Shouldn't be a problem. Can I put that clip in?
Yes, please. Again.
Because that was bugging me. Hold on. Oh, come on, you can do it. There we go. Got it.
Thank you, sir.
On my 2013 Honda, okay, I guess there was more to that. Cool 75 in Connecticut. Nice. California's on fire. Oh, no, I meant like, mate.
This girl is on fire.
Northern Indiana, 75. Man, 75. Tech tip of the day. Damn, Bobby. I knew you were going to ask that, too. Yeah, I've already used that one. Plan.
Look around what you have in your install bay. Like, for example, like this one. I used to put...
Oh, you're talking about changing
a strategy or changing...
Learning a new trick.
Learning a new trick, yes. I used to put the 10mm bolts. They come with a lot of backup cameras.
Yeah, well, it was a 10mm bolt, not in screw.
So, you're kind of fighting in between the bottom and the top to screw it in. And...
coarse threaded nut just screw it right in. And the funny thing is, I think last time I did a battery, I did it that way.
Really?
Yeah, because that makes sense to me.
I grab something and I'm like, dude.
Well, don't be afraid to try new things. I think would be the tip of the day. So, for example, Fernando figured out a new way to screw down his battery plate that he's done probably 100
times.
And for me, I've looked at this factory radio. I can't tell you how many times, and I never noticed there was a threaded screw in here and a threaded screw in here that I could screw this onto. I've literally made brackets that do all kinds of crazy stuff, and boom. So I guess the tip would be just because you've done something 100 times, it doesn't mean that it should be the same at 101. You should always try to evolve the process. Never be satisfied. Continue to grow, continue to learn.
The grow part, I don't think I'm going to.
Okay, mentally grow. Mentally grow. Yeah, you're going to get shorter. I have 2 amps. Oh, spectacular. One is a 2400 amp, and the other one is a 1600 amp. Battery would be good. That's why I was asking him what's better. An alternator in the end of the day is good. Whether it always falls down to whether the car can handle a second alternator. Or a bigger alternator. When you want to look at alternators, MechMan is kind of where you want to do. Head over to his website, email him, talk to him, find out what he's got available for your car, and then spend the money. Kicker unmasked tonight, is it? I caught it last week for a little bit. I like the fact that they finally did away with the commercial for a half hour in the end, or in the beginning.
No more? Really?
Yeah, no, it's pretty quick. 2021 Ram F1 or 1500. What rear door speakers would work well with factory amp for rear fill? None. With the factory amp, that's none. Nah, not with the premium audio system in that. With premium audio in a RAM, if you're looking to upgrade, you got to upgrade the whole thing. Just slapping some new speakers in there ain't going to give you what you're looking for. It's not going to work out. Hello, Phoenix.
Go.
No, I'll pass on the kicker. Have a life. Small one, but I have one. Wire loom looking like a viper. There you go. How do you cut the nipple? Because it in deep with a razor knife. He's got small hands. He just gets in there with a razor knife, and this one's actually easy. There's a lot of room in here. Some of those are really difficult.
No, the passenger side is harder.
Oh, passenger side is way harder.
Passenger side, yes. Way.
However, hold on. Where did I put it? Did I put it back in my pocket? Magical tool. Where did you go?
Not that much. It disappeared.
Yeah, it could be. It magically disappeared. All right, hold on. I'm looking for something. Naturally. Oh, here it is. Jesus, it was hiding. This guy here, that looks like this is a fiberglass 1/4-inch rod, similar to like you'd use on like a tent. As you can see, it has this wicked point. So when you know what's on the other side of the nipple, you can sharpen this and make it that sharp. You can pop it through. Poke it through a hole and then pull it through and tape the wire to the back side of this, lube it up, And that does make it fairly easy on smaller wires. So we used to have a link to that in Amazon, but I think the link went dead, so I had to do away with it. But a 1/4-inch fiberglass rod is pretty awesome. No, he's got a little ladder. It's a little pink ladder. When you run dual zero gauge in the F-150 on the panel inside the truck, does it fit without fighting?
What?
Is it easy to get through the hole? I feel it's always... I mean, you don't struggle with it too much.
I mean, the first time I did.
Well, the first time you did, but other than that, no.
No, it's not that hard, no.
Yeah. Bobby took the red pill. He wanted to see
Red
how...
or the blue?
I think he said the red pill. Don't you have to take the blue pill? I thought it was the blue pill. I go under the carpet or to the left of the console and pull the carpet up. There you go. How difficult is it to tune a DSP? Okay, I just got that one. Wow, it's weird how they redo things. 2 zero gauge can be tucked in the channel with the little fan dangling. Yeah, it can. Most of the time, what you'll do is when you pull this, like when you pull this off. Hold on. Come on. All right, hold on. Let's try this one more time. When you pull this off, there's a piece here and then a tunnel there. Typically what we'll do is we'll put the positive through the tunnel in the center, and then the outside we'll put the negative through, for obvious reasons. They're both sheathed and look at that. See, typical F-150. They're both covered, but that's typically how you'd get it through there. The new ones are, I think, a little bit easier, but typically they both suck. Would this work? Morel Virtus 603s, Helix DSP-3S, 2 Alpine PDX 4100s. Run the woofer on its own channel and run the mid-range and tweeter through the passive crossovers. What crossover point would you use? No, you could do that. That's a active-passive system. Typically, very common in what a manufacturer will do. A manufacturer will put the mid-range and the tweeter on one channel of an amplifier. You're really the passives, and then you just put this active. You could do that. Morel is convenient. They give you the crossover settings that you'll want to use in their owner's manual or their literature online, so you can find all of that there. What woofer will pop on the Sony factory woofer? Thought. Small and efficient. I think Sony always puts their GS. I'm assuming you're asking about that radio with the amp on it. I believe they always use their GS woofer. It seems to work really well. Have you had a chance to play with the Kicker Snowman pods yet? We love them. No, every car we go to put them in, they don't fit. So we've kind of had no love with that yet.
I mean, some point.
Some point. What's up, Danny? Thank you for the response on the DSP. I have a 2019 Honda Accord, Hertz or Morel. Which one you recommend? They're both very snazzy. They both will sound good. I have no issues with either one of them. We put them both in cars. Really, it just comes down to what you're more comfortable with. They're both great. I don't think you'll be disappointed with either one. I mean, obviously, I'm the Morel fanboy, so I would want to push Morel. And why would I want to push Morel, Fernando?
Hi, guys. This show is brought to you by MorelHiFi.com. You can find Morel here on Instagram and Morel_America. Thank you for watching.
That was good. Very good. Man, you're a pro at that.
I know, man.
Wait, let's do it one more time. Who's sponsoring the show?
Hi, guys. Welcome to the show. No, you get too much, man.
Greetings from the Dominican Republic.
Ooh, what's up, que paso?
Couldn't just said hello? I mean, what makes you think? West Coast getting heat. Love it. I have Illusion C3X dash, C6 doors, and 3-inch C10 going in regular cab ram. I'm looking bat using the audio control D6-1200 for the dash and the doors, and the LC-11500 for the sub. Any better options available? There's always options. However, those are... Oh, Jesus, it locked up. Why did it lock up? Oh, man. I don't know. It's locked up. Oh, okay. Wow, it was like you were there and you were gone. Okay. As far as Illusion Audio, going with the audio control... dude, those are two solid options. There's no doubt about it. We do that combination quite a bit. It's pretty awesome. It's a ton of power. It's hard to beat that. Dean, do you have a pic of the brackets you use to mount the amp? Metal, ABS, plastic, or blown PVC. So typically when we do amplifiers, we use a combination of PVC or ABS. Jesus. Yeah, so blown PVC. A lot of people who've caught some of the videos we've done recently. This is the leftover. We gotta give those back. And you were like, hey, how come they don't have, like, you'd think with as many of these we'd have amp racks and all that stuff made. For the more popular ones, we do actually have amp racks made that we use. So, for example, this is the F-150 mount that we use. We have, this is a Toyota mount, whatever. There's a Ram mount. So there's various ones. The problem is they take up a lot of space and that we don't have. And also, like, a lot of the times, we're not doing the same stuff. So if we are doing the same stuff, it's great. But it's just hard to like, one rack fits every situation. So in the case where it's an F-150 or a Toyota, we're doing very similar stuff every time. We do make amp racks for that. And then in some cases, there's like bending involved and heating, and it's like we didn't think to make two up to that point or whatever. So and also I have mentally, how long does it actually take to do it custom? If it can be fast, then I don't waste the time with an amp rack because I know I can build it in a short amount of time. So there's no reason to waste the material and have that just laying around. The other thing too is what I'll do is, so on the router, there's, in some of the videos you'll see this stuff here, and these are drawings of amp racks. So this is like a Jeep Wrangler, and I can just bang this out really fast, take it over the car, and do the finishing part in the car, because that one involves like heating up and bending things a certain way. And they're hard to just keep like a template. We could do it, but it's just never, it adds more time, and sometimes we just don't have it. But there again, it's one of those things where how long does it actually take to figure out? If it's quick, I don't bother with it, because it's like I can just do another one super fast.
Okay, Mr. Super Fast.
I know. That's a great solution, team. Done so many of those trucks. Never thought of that. Can we do a video chat later on, show you and give me ideas on what's best? Probably not, because right now I just don't have time. I'm sorry. We're just trying to get things wrapped up so we can get out of here. So for the week, there's a lot of stuff we have to do, and we're just always busy. I know. And this is part of the show, so it sucks. 2019 Honda Accord, but when I get back, yeah, we could probably talk. 2019 Accord, I currently have Hertz 1635, looking to upgrade to another Hertz or Morel. I like my music loud. All right, anytime you decide to upgrade anything, whether it be, there's a couple things to consider. Never make a parallel move. So if you've spent, let's say $300 on a set of speakers, spending $600 on a set of speakers will get you a little better. Spending $900 on a set of speaker will get you better. So simple upgrades are not going to do it. The other thing too is you got to look at power, and this is not directed towards you. This is in general. A lot of people, I got a set of these, and it's like, all right, well, you need to spend double, triple that in order to get it. Wow, really? It's like, yeah, you're not going to make a huge difference, especially if you like it super loud. You really, so you're going to need to go with more power, bigger speakers, really upgrade the system, so to speak. If those are Dichis, Centos aren't going to get the job done. You're really going to need to go up to the Milli Pros. Just because that's really the only thing that you're going to get it. And then if you have 50 watts, you really need probably 120 watts. So when thinking about upgrading, always don't just go one level up or go parallel. You have to go substantially better, or you're not going to get the value that you're trying to achieve. I use the sharpened 18-inch screwdriver. Totally understand that. Problem with doing that, and this is from experience, is that it's a screwdriver. It's metal. You're dealing with wires. You're dealing with grommets. You're dealing with things that have electricity passing through them. The reason why this is fiberglass instead of metal, because I had a metal one. I even have the really cool ones, which, if I can find them, I haven't used them in forever. Hold on. Of course, now my tool drawer is stuck. This guy. This guy here. So there's a hole that goes into this, and this has got another hole on it, and you punch it through the grommet, and then you can run the wire through this and pull it out, and blah, blah, blah. They make a bigger one, and typically what I would do is I would heat them up. So this guy here is the bigger one. And what I used to do, and I will do if the grommet is out of the car, is I'd heat this up with a torch, get it super hot, just melt it through the grommet. Either way, that's only if there's no wire around it. The problem with using a big sharp screwdriver going through a grommet, if there's wiring anywhere in that grommet, you could pierce one of those other wires accidentally, because you're not looking on both sides, or you can't see, maybe the harness turns up like this, and then you short out the grommet and you cause all kinds of damage, and you burn wires, and you send it back to the dealership, and it's $1,000 later, because everything costs $1,000 when it goes to the dealership. So fiberglass, it's non-conductive. You don't have anything to worry about. So if the bad things happen, you're good. Now, we will typically run or drill a hole. That's 90% of the time we're drilling our own hole. In this case, this is just convenient on the F-150s. It works really well, and we have a method to it. So I have 3.5 C2 JL audio freshly installed. Why does it pop when volume 32 or higher? So 3.5s need a capacitor on them. They need a 47 microfarad capacitor. So back to the 3.5 C2 question. Sorry about that, dropped out. So they need to have a capacitor on them. So if they have a capacitor on them already, then you're just giving them too much power. But they have to have a base blocker put on them, or they have to be on their own channel and have a high enough crossover point, let's say of like 350, in order to not pop. The popping you're getting is going to blow the speaker. So that's what's happening there, or the source unit you have. But either way, you have to have a capacitor on them if they're not active. Follow up to the Ram 1500 rear field question. I already have kicker key and Kenwood components front stage, but kids want to hear better in the back. So you could do the 6904s. The problem with the 6904 is they will fit. However, they will bulge the front of the door some. If you're cool with that, like 90% of the people that we say, all right, here's what you can do, yeah, I'm fine with that. But the 6904s will fit. They're just the tweeter array is gonna push on the door panel. It doesn't hurt anything. It's not actually touching the speaker. It's just the door panel kind of gets in the way. But if you're looking for that louder rear speaker to match the front speakers, it's the 6904. They'll fit. Give it a go. Would you rather run Focal Access 3-way custom A-pillars or Focal Flax 2-ways in the 2019 F-150 or 2018? I would do the Focal Flax 2-way, 100%. Fernando, what say you? Access,
I didn't hear what.
Access 3-way set, custom A-pillars, Flax 2-way set, 2018 F-150. Same thing we're working on. Flax, hands down, Flax, yeah. With power, yeah.
Tons of power.
Tons of power. What position should the bass knob be when setting gains? All the way up.
All the way up.
I mean, here's the thing. When you're setting your gains, you're not playing a 0 dB track to set your gains, right? I'm assuming you're not. Typically on a subwoofer, you're at like plus 10 dB, 40 hertz, 10 dB is the most common thing. So if you have your gain knob down, you're fooling yourself because when you turn the gain knob up, you're adding more gain to it. So
you think you're cheating?
you're not. You're cheating yourself. So it'll go from setting it at negative 10 dB to now you have, let's say, which is 10 dBs of boost. If your gain is halfway down and there's a 10 dB volume differential between where you had your gain and where the max gain is, you could do 20 dB. So when you're setting your gains, volume knob for your subwoofers up, because that's where you're going to run it. So don't kid yourself. Dean, what did you do to your wrist? Scratched it in this car. It's the F-150. There's sharpness everywhere. They don't bother to file down the aluminum, so it cuts like a knife. Both good respects. I like 3-way after switching to 3-way mezzos from the Access 6.5s. Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. Let's go. What's up, boys? From South Florida. Woo! 13 GMC HD with the Sony AX 5500 with a PAC RP5. No steering wheel controls. Any help? First off, more than likely it's just a setting on the RP5. I would just give tech support a call at AMP or PAC tech support. But if anything, it's one of two things. You had something wrong on the RP5 or you plugged it into the wrong input on the back of the radio, because Sony has more than one 1/8 inch input and only one of them will do steering wheel controls. It's a very common problem. On the RP5, you have to make sure the rotary dial is set to Sony. The other thing too is if all of that is correct, you need to go into the Sony, because the Sony has programmable steering wheel controls. So you may have to go in and individually program the steering wheel controls in the Sony. So what happens is if you set up the RP5, you plugged it into the steering wheel control input jack, and you're still not getting steering wheel controls, go into the settings on the 5500. There will be a steering wheel setting, and you have to learn the steering buttons. So go into settings, and it'll be just like that. It'll say volume up. You press and hold the volume up. You go to the steering wheel, you press and... So it's just like programming your TV remote. You have to do the same thing sometimes with the Sony radio. So you may want to start there.
Yeah. And some of the Sony, they don't have Siri S3.
Say what? Siri. Yeah, some of the Sonys don't do Siri. Living Loud with Andy tonight too. Oh yeah, after he does the after show. You getting that dialed in, Nando? I'm just waiting for him, honestly. That's where we're at on this.
I know, I take my time.
He's taking his time. Man, he's been practicing. That was the best one yet. They're talking about your morale thing. Yeah, he's getting good at that. I mean, all right, hold on. You have shown before the cheap small test mic from Dayton Audio is good and is worth my time to use it to tune my car. Thanks for your help. I actually bought that off of somebody that bought it to try to tune his car. I was like, hey, I know a lot of guys think this is the coolest mic ever. So I bought it off him for like $25. I didn't think it was all that great. It just seemed like kind of a hassle for me. Audio control makes the U-Test mic and the I-Test mic, which if it's something you're actually, like if you want an actual tool that's useful, I know they're like $150, but they're actually useful. Way more so than that little guy. Like if you're actually really trying to tune your car, you're going to get okay with that, but not great. Hello from Cali. Honda Tech Steve, what's up? What are they offering instead of the Magic? Oh, yeah, Disney. No, I have no idea. Disneyland no longer renewing Magic Key passes. I'm very irritated with them. Any pass expires in August. Hey, man, welcome to the new Disney. They got to make that money back somehow. Have you seen 4-way active? 2 tweeters, 2 mid-range, 2 mid-bass. Seen those setups in Indonesia. Why not? I mean, technically, when we call it a 2-way or a 3-way, it's technically a 4-way. It's a 3-way or a 4-way because you have tweeter, mid-range, mid-bass, subwoofer, or you have tweeter, mid-bass, or mid-range subwoofer. So, I mean, if there's, you could conceivably do like a high-frequency tweeter, a mid-tweet, a mid-range, a mid-bass, and a subwoofer. That would be cool. I believe John Myers from Kicker does that in his Mustang. He has some high band tweeters that he uses in the Mustang like that to give some high frequency sound. You guys should ask him about that. Be like, hey, tell us about those high band tweeters you have in your Mustang. What is that all about? What? How'd you guys hear about that? Yeah. Running Q-class amplifiers that they don't make anymore. I know. What would be a good enclosure for a sedan with seats that don't fold down? Ported. I mean, you're going to want ported.
Ported.
It's just ported. You know, you're going to want the loudest thing you can get. Lock one of your kids in the trunk and see how, tell them to scream their heads off like they're going to do anyways. Don't do this. I'm just kidding. But you could try it. And see how much sound you get through the trunk. That's the problem, is that you just don't get sound. You gotta really go bigger for something like that. Have you used Ground Zero products? Yeah. I mean, there's 2 amps here that at some point when we go back on vacation, we're going to give away. Fernando right now has a full uranium system in his car, subs, mids, amps, has a 6-channel uranium in there. If you want to see a review of that amplifier, you can find it on the Car Stereo Labs playlist over on the 5-Star Network. We've done... That's the only Sound Ditch or Ground Zero stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the first Ground Zero stuff we did, was the uraniums. Next, we'll be doing those, which are the radioactives. As soon as we get back from vacation, that's like first on the list of stuff we have to do because we have to get those out of here. Will the neighbor's kid work? I don't see why not. Dean, sealed or ported enclosures? Arturo, always ported. I don't know why you were trying to figure that out. That was so silly. I was like, ported, bro. I mean, look at the closure. It's literally ported. Ported. Boomy.
Ported.
No, nobody cares. They all just want it as loud as humanly possible. Can I get an amen for that? I mean, just knock the back of my head off. I want a volume knob so that I can turn it all the way up and break it off. So you recommend a sound dead material on the roof of your car. If you're willing to go through the trouble of doing it, why not? It also acts as a really nice thermal barrier. If you're going to take the time to drop your headliner, I would pick up some thermal barrier. Home Depot sells like a wrap-on insulation. So it's like foam with a Mylar cover on it. I did it years ago in my Dodge Ram because the Dodge Ram just got so hot. I pulled the headliner down and put that stuff up. It was fabulous. But honestly, the roof of the car, it's just more for thermal than anything. Who needs trunk space? Nobody. Nobody at all. Trunk space is for groceries. Who drives a grocery getter on this? Nobody. Hey, listen, guys, that's it. I got to get going. Fernando's almost done, so it's almost my turn to hop back into this. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. It is Tuesday. Nothing to report. It's just Tuesday. You guys go forth, be merry, have a great Tuesday.
Yeah, don't forget to check it out, Morel America, here on Instagram.
Bye, guys. Bye, guys. It never matters. Never matters. You good?
Oh, I'm always good.
You're always good? Well, good day, everyone. And how's everybody doing today? doing some steering wheel controls and the Titan here using the iData. So if you're ever trying to find some steering wheel controls, there you go. Those are the wires. They give a nice breakdown of color and the pin and whatnot. We're also up getting order for some orange wire rulers. All taken care of. I wish I could work at a shop like yours. My last one left a bad taste in my mouth. I mean, you don't want to eat shop supplies. I mean, I don't think zip ties taste all that well.
No, you don't. I mean, sometimes you just grab it just because you're nervous or something.
Well, who was it the other day? Was it Elevated? No, was it Elevated Audio?
Oh, wow.
That put up, I wish Metro would change the flavor of these zip ties.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like a grape zip tie. Now I want grape.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Sorry, man, you can't go. They don't serve grape. you wouldn't like it. They don't have grape.
They don't have it.
Yeah. So this is just a Titan. We're doing a radio and whatnot in the dash. It's just more or less a pretty. I mean, we're gonna call it a basic install. It's just for 6 speakers, radio, amp on sub. Got a little bit of, the tweeter pods, lasered those out, to mimic this. So nothing too crazy. The new S-type Alpines come with this 12 dB crossover now, which is kind of cool. So that's neat. We'll see how those sound. Dash kit's made. Radios in its brackets test fitted to make sure it'll go in and clear. Old radio face is put in the bag. USB is in the car. I have to mount the GPS antenna and the satellite radio and also get the amplifier in. He's got a little JL box. We're putting this Kicker 400.1 on it. So this is going to go in next. And then somewhere up here is a bass knob. Have you seen the bass knob?
Yes.
Where's it at?
It's somewhere around here. But yes.
Well, thanks. Anyways, somewhere there's a bass knob. You guys may have seen it in the video already. I don't know where. Here it is. So there we go. So we have a bass knob and
An antenna adapter.
I don't think we need the antenna adapter. Nope, we don't need an antenna adapter. So that's a no on the antenna adapter. But just saves us time. Oh, I haven't showed this yet. Did I show this yet? This is the new rack we bought for the dyno. So we have our 2 batteries here. Those are the 2150 batteries. Power supply. Fernando would like to get another power supply to put here. Right now it's just kind of housing all the wiring and stuff. We haven't wired it up yet, but this allows us to.
Yeah.
It's really heavy. I mean, it's a heavy duty, so it's super heavy. Yeah. Anyways, we'll just leave it alone. All right. So that's the new amp dyno cart. When we get back, we got a bunch of dynos that we have to do. What's up, Dean? Quick question: can I use a DSR1 for full active front and rear, even though using the subwoofer channel for mids and highs? Full active front and rear, that's a no. When you get into the DSR1 software, it gives you options of what you can do. It's only 8 outputs, so you're limited on those functionalities. So you can do an active front, rear, and sub. So active 2-way front, a non-active rear, even though you could do passives, whatever, and then sub. You can do a 3-way front and sub. You can do front, rear, and sub. You can do front, center, rear, sub. But there's not any way to do... Okay. There's only 8 outputs. So you can set the crossovers up any way you want, all right? So, like, technically you could do tweeter mid up front, tweeter mid in the back, but you'd have no sub control, and that 7 and 8 would always want to be subwoofer. So, like, the subwoofer volume be routed through that, and you do weird things. So, realistically, it's not really the DSP to do 8 channels plus a sub. It's not enough. If you want to go coax, if you want to do, like, passive crossovers for the rear, then, yeah, you're fine. Have Hold on. Have kicker key in Kenwood 69 6x9 components. What should I upgrade first? Speakers or bigger amp, more power? I mean, depends what you're trying to do. I mean, you can leave the kicker key in there and use that to go to a bigger amplifier. So if you do want more power, you can use the kicker key as a DSP line driver, as long as you keep the voltage output, meaning the gains, down. You could go into another amplifier and just make it louder. So I guess the easiest way would be to look at maybe getting a bigger amplifier and then just using the key, go high level into that new amplifier and use the key as the line driver powering it. So that's one way to do it. And speaking of kicker keys, all right, if I really wanted to talk about this briefly for a moment. It probably won't be briefly, but I want to talk about this for a moment. Anybody that caught the kicker unmasked live last night, Aaron had talked about when he did his 3 questions about a GM, and someone had put a kicker key into the front end of a GM, meaning the dash. And anyways, what happened was the chime was too loud. And so they had reached out to me, and by that I mean Bill reached out to me, not Aaron, to find out the solution to the problem. And that's where the kind of confusion, I think, set in. He had in the show called it a chime reducer or something along those lines.
Bypass.
Either way, that's not what it was, and that's not the problem. So he kind of tried to answer the question quickly and not really prefacing it on what really was the problem. A key has so let's talk about a key for a minute. A key has an acoustic RTA built into it, which allows it to do acoustic setup, meaning it can listen to whatever channels are feeding it, and if there's an acoustic problem, it can fix it and set it to the kicker house curve. Now, that's not to say that the signal feeding it, there could be problems inside of that. Lots of problems. Whatever. We'll just leave it at problems to keep this conversation light. In the case of the GM, the year that they were talking about, acoustically really doesn't have any terrible problems in it. However, it has this outrageous door chime. In any rate, anytime you're adding a key into a car, there's certain things it can fix and certain things it can't fix naturally. Getting the signal as electrically flat as possible is kind of one of the things that you might want to do to feed the key, or any DSP for that matter. Now, some DSPs can do that internally, some DSPs can't. So, with that in mind, that's why they sell the key lock. The key lock will automatically go in and electrically fix the output of the radio. That isn't going to work in the case of the GM, where you have this chime that goes ding, 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 ding. There's a couple different ways to fix that, and this is where he kind of didn't do a good job explaining it. The Amp Pro GM61 is a device that will plug into the back of the factory radio and give you 6 channels of RCA output. Whether you have Bose or non-Bose, there's solutions for both using the product. It is not made to control the chime. However, it will control the chime, meaning you can turn it up and down through the software on the Amp Pro, thus solving the problem. The second solution for that would be if you went with a product that had an adjustable DSP built into it with an EQ. You could go in and you could bring down the frequency that chime is at, narrow the Q, or go with a parametric and go with a very narrow Q, meaning the width of how much frequency it affects the left and right, the frequency that is at, and bring that down, and that will reduce the volume of the chime as well. Other than that, you can go into the radio, and the radio does have an adjustment to turn the chime down. And in some cases, you can also go back to the manufacturer, the dealer, that is, and have them control the chime through the software that they program the car with, meaning turn it down there, because there's always ways to do that. So those are really the solutions in which to solve that particular problem. But the Amp Pro that he mentioned in that is a preamp level output to do that. And the reason why that would be the best solution to any problem would be that is going to give us 6-channel, 5-volt output that is as flat as possible. It's not a high-level to low-level adapter. It's actually dealing with the bus system in the car, where the sound is, to get that for you to amplify. It's a great solution. We talk about them all the time. But that's really what he was trying to say last night, but didn't. So I only wanted to mention that because you mentioned he had talked to me and really talked to Bill. And so if there was any confusion, if anybody saw that, then that's really, really what's going on. Okay. Make all the noise you want, man. It's all right. One of us got to work. Do you ever upload dimensions for the amp racks to you make in your videos? No, because dude, I don't do a great job like taking notes. When building an amp rack, you just kind of get the loose outside dimensions. So like, for example, I'll show you this one here. So like, this was an amp rack that we had to build the other day for something, and really it just starts with, I need an 11 by 21 inch piece, and then I'm going to start doing this. And like, if you look at these, they don't make any sense to anybody but me. I mean, those are actually dimensions for an amp rack. Here's another weird, like, this kind of gets it started. And, you know, from here, this is like the step one. And then we just do this and we set this over here. And from that point, it's all just grease pencil on the amp rack until we get it the size that we need. And then we put it in the car. Like, for the example, this Titan, I have to build an amp rack to mount the 401 on this side. I'm just going to get my size, take it into the car, figure out what I need to cut off of the bigger whole piece, and then I'm done. Should take about 10 minutes. Fro, what's up? Sorry, that's a great view right there. Does a 130 watt RMS speaker need the full 130 watts to be loud, or 75 watts will make it sound loud? 75 watts will probably make that speaker sound as loud as it possibly can. RMS is kind of one of those weird numbers that I'm not a big fan of. Typically, if it says it'll do RMS of 130, I'm cutting that in half, and that's really the amount of power I want to put to it. As far as what an amplifier says, as long as the amplifier's actual real wattage, they're going to get plenty loud with 75 watts. There's no question about that. Keep the loud chime. I sell ice cream out. There you go. Dude, you need help. What's shaking? Or what's shaking? What do you guys recommend to replace the 4-inch speaker in a 2018 JL Jeep soundbar? I did the 3.5s already with the Kenwoods. You recommend it? I gotta be honest with you, replacing that, there is no other 4-inch on the planet to replace that 4-inch with. If you're looking to replace that 4-inch, then you're going to want to get the Metro adapters and go with the 6.5. The reason why we don't replace that 4-inch is because it actually sounds really good for what is available. Nobody has decided to step up and make a 4-inch to go in there. They've all just decided that Metro makes brackets. Soon PAC will have brackets. And I'm sure there's other companies out there that make brackets for that now too. But everyone is just putting a 6.5 in there, which is kind of my complaint, because, I mean, we do it too, but nobody is making the grill bigger on the front. So depending on what you're trying to do, if you're looking to get the car louder or whatnot, at that point you're going to want to look at going with a 6.5. Yeah. Do you recommend the Metro DSP or any other to install aftermarket radio in a 2018 Honda CR-V Touring? I don't recommend anybody's DSP for interfacing with the factory radio. They do make an interface for that car. We have done it. There is a problem. It sounds fabulous. If it is the premium audio system with the digital output, which I'm guessing it is, it sounds fabulous. The problem is you lose Bluetooth, you lose calling capability because you get an echo. You get a terrible echo, so you can't use your phone in the car connected to it anymore. Now, if you have the premium audio system that doesn't have the digital output going to an amplifier, then yeah, no, you're fine with anybody's DSP. Theirs will work. Everyone's will work. It's when you have the digital out going to the amplifier. They have yet, and it's not their fault. Nobody yet has figured out how to do that successfully and keep the hands-free calling. It sounds great. It really does. Sounds fabulous. We've done it, and that's how we know that the problem exists. And I'm sure if you go into like the forums for Hondas and stuff like that, they talk all about it. And some people say they found a cure and they didn't find a cure. And yeah, it's just one of those things that sucks. But yeah, if it's just a regular audio, sure, get their DSP T harnesses right in, easy peasy. Sounds awesome. Happy Hump Day. Is it Wednesday?
It
is Wednesday.
Yeah,
Nice.
it is.
Oh, you getting ready to cut a promo? I'm like, we're not putting those in this
Hey,
car.
guys.
Hold on.
Yeah, I mentioned it.
Hold on, wait. Will you get deep mid bass on 75 watts? Why wouldn't you?
Deep?
What does the wattage have to do with anything as far as getting deep mid bass?
It's very deep.
I mean, okay, let me pose this question for you. Have you heard that little JBL portable Bluetooth speaker? You know, the one at Target. Like you okay. Does it hammer?
It hammers.
It hammers loud. We put that JBL stupid boombox in the back of your car, and I mean stupid in the fact that it was so stupidly loud. That little 5 1/4-inch subwoofer in the back of your car. Okay, was that loud? Did it have deep bass?
Yeah.
It had so much deep bass that even Jeff didn't believe it was deep bass.
Yeah.
And it had like 100 watts. It doesn't depend. The wattage has nothing to do with it. It's just the construction of the speaker, the frequencies that you're getting to play, whatever you have the EQ to, the chamber that the speaker's mounted in. The environment is what denotes how deep that mid bass is going to be. All speakers are capable of playing a certain amount of deep mid bass,
Except for the loudspeakers.
except for loudspeakers. Loudspeakers are not. I'm sorry, you're right. I should have broken that down to a smaller subset. But it just depends on the environment you're putting in, not necessarily the power. Yeah. All right, hold on. What is this?
Hi guys.
Hold on.
I mentioned the dish
Now,
show.
wait, start over. Oh, it locked up again.
And you lag into like that.
I know.
Crazy.
It's see, it freezes there on you. All right.
Hang on. It's not there.
No, I know, but it's back here. So, go. All right, let's hear it.
Oh, it's freezing.
No.
Hi guys. Did I mention that this show is brought to you by MorelHiFi.com?
Dude, we got the
Please.
full forehead
Please,
shot
guys.
there.
Yes.
Wow, that's scary.
Hi guys.
All right, ready? 1, 2, go.
Hi guys. Did I mention that this show is brought to you by MorelHiFi.com? Please go to MorelHiFi.com so you can find the new Maximo Ultra 602 HE Mark II. Also, you can find Morel America.
You can find us on Instagram.
Oh my god.
It's okay, just go from there. No, we'll edit it together in post. We'll fix it in post.
You can find Morel_America here on Instagram.
What speaker is this replacing, the Maximo?
This one is replacing the Maximus with the US. Maximus. So now they bring it to the Maximo Ultra family. Same speaker. Let me actually redesign that. Very nice. Look at that.
It's best value in town. There's no doubt about it. Tommy who? Tommy.
Good mid bass.
Yes.
Good mid bass in this one.
Tommy says all mid bass drivers can provide mid bass.
If Tommy says that.
If Tommy says it, then it's fact. Tommy's the man. Tommy said it. There you have your answer.
There you go.
He lost his mojo when he lied down on the test of tape. Yeah, it's okay.
It's not test tape.
Yeah, that's test tape. It literally
It's
says.
test tape.
This literally says test tape.
Alright.
It's not the sticky crap. It's the.
So go, please find out MorelAmericaHiFi.com. Alright, bye.
All right. Well, there you go. There's his little there's his promo for Morel. Thank you, Morel, for continuing to sponsor this show and others along the way.
Somebody's knocking the door. I heard.
Somebody's ringing the bell.
Yeah.
Do me a favor, open the door and let him in. That's a song. Ah, God, I hate Paul McCartney. You like Paul McCartney? I have one song of his. It's the 007 song. Other than that, I'm not a Paul McCartney guy. And I don't do Beatles either.
Which T-harness are you using for that Nissan Type? It's no T-harness.
We're actually replacing the radio, so it's just a 7552. It's already wired up in the car. It's just 7552. We're not doing a 7550.
There you go, man.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah, 7550. This one. It's not a T harness. This we're replacing the radio in because it's old. What's the candy of the day?
We have plenty candy.
Yeah, we do. These are Tommy knows because he was with us at Orlando for Knowledge Fest. I walked around, of course, with a box of candy. I bought a ton of candy and took it all to Orlando to hand out to the guys, like when they were setting up, and then the next day. No, actually, was it Friday? Friday. I walked around with a box of candy. Guy just handed out candy. It was like Halloween. And then somehow, I don't know how, we ended up with a bag of candy that I didn't buy. So we ended up with like Jolly Ranchers and Starburst. I didn't buy Jolly Ranchers or Starburst, but I have a bag of them now. Yeah. So what I think happened is Kicker dumped all their candy into my candy, and then when the show was over, somehow they stuffed it in my backpack, and I ended up with all the candy, or Fernando stuffed it in my backpack. Either way, we have a bag of candy. Morel is thebomb.com. Hey, there you go. I know, right? It's sad. It's so sad. What else do we got? Is that it? Is that all we got?
That's it, guys.
I think that's it. I think that's what we got. So back to work as it is. It is Wednesday. As someone said earlier, it's hump day. Get excited because it's the middle of the week. And that means that we're closer to Friday morning news. Tomorrow is Thursday, so we have Hi-Fi Vega Network and all the crap going on there. Movie of the week to watch is The Multiverse of Madness. We'll be talking about that Thursday night. So there's a lot left to do in this week. Are you taking orders for candy?
No, I'm not taking orders for candy, but you can order this.
The IRTA.
DNF-tooldrawer.com.
DNF-tooldrawer.com. Actually, there's some going to the post office today. So they're shipping out today. I thought she'd ship them out yesterday, but they actually went out today. So if you're waiting on one, it'll be here. You'll get it shortly.
Yeah.
So thanks everyone that has ordered the IRTA. I hope you found a lot of use for it.
And if you haven't, you should.
Yeah, what the hell are you waiting for? Come on, man. Christmas is coming.
Yeah.
Winter is coming. You got to be warm, so you got to have your IRTA. All right, guys. I need one too. That's it. You guys have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Bye.
Well, it's an accident. They're waiting to happen.
Hi, guys. Welcome to the show.
No, not time for a promo.
Come on, man.
No, it's too soon. Too soon. You can't do a promo right at the beginning of the video.
You have to.
No, you don't.
It's just like, boom, right in your face. All the time.
Really?
I mean, it seems like it.
Good day, everyone. How's everybody doing on this fine Thursday? What's happening? Hey, you know what today is?
Today is.
I can't see it. You literally twisted.
Oh, really?
You were so busy looking at it, and no one can see it. Hello from Vegas.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, try that again. That was. There you go. That's much better.
More promo denied.
That's right. Reverse Polarity is tonight, along with Side Jag. We're going to be talking about the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh my God! Why?
Where's your shop? Is it in Florida, where I live in Melbourne? Yes, it is in Florida. We're in Clearwater, Florida, right across the street from the original Hooters. So right down the street from
the number
Tampa Stadium. Oh my God, Morel paid you guys? LOL. Yeah, no, they that's what advertising is. Always hype the promo, but don't share it till the end. I mean, I just, I feel like you gotta have people to watch it. Gentlemen, good day. On to you. Oh, thank you. Oh, speaking of good day, on to you. Hold on. We'll talk about this thing in a minute. It's a Dodge Ram. So, Car Gift from Portugal sent us a care package today that had this stuff in it. So, it's got a picture of a pepper, which I'm assuming means it's hot. And I'm here to tell you, a little drop goes a long way, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. So it's like a dressing of some kind, but you just a little dab, and that kind of fixes you up really good. And then the real reason he sent that was these. So these guys right here. Now what these are the springs that go right here. So I've probably thrown away 6 pairs of these. I know they're under warranty, but yeah, over the years, probably more than that. But because the springs break, and then Home Depots and Lowe's, those guys suck. So, and then for a while there, I had somebody that worked at a place where they could get me warranted Klein stuff, but not anymore. So it's just easier to pitch them. But now I can save my money.
You can save your money?
I can save my money.
If you switch to car insurance.
Yeah. If we could sign them up as an ad, I would totally do it.
Man.
And another thing too. Check this out. Okay, it's funny. So the other day we were talking about MTX.
Yeah.
Fernando and I don't think we were on the show, and we pulled these out of this Dodge Ram today, and these are the MTX coaxials.
Terminator.
And they were definitely, they will not be back. Nothing against MTX, but when compared to this guy here, which is the what are these? The reference.
Yeah, they're not the Kappas one that everybody loves.
Yeah, well, these are the ones we put in the video that's up right now. The Ram that's going on right now, they had a set of these in there.
Okay.
And honestly, the only speaker that sounded like it was playing in the car.
That was the only one.
Was the driver's dash.
Oh my God, I was like, this car sounds horrible.
It is a nice Ram. I love this blue. Actually, this was the color blue Ram I had many years ago. Or version of it, I should say.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about this Ram real quick. So obviously we took those speakers out. He got a set of Kenwood 6903s in the front. So we got 6903 Cs, whatever. So 3.5 went here, 6x9 went here, then and some roadkill. And then in the back door, he got the 6904s. Now, so the 6904, the problem with the 6904, does this touch on this one?
What's that?
Does the 6904 touch on this one?
It's the 694, I'm sorry.
694.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It doesn't touch.
These don't touch on this one, it's just the older one?
Yep.
Okay, so the 694s will fit here in the back. They are deeper though, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't hit the window.
It doesn't touch.
Yeah, so if you need a coaxial, the 694s will fit back here. And then underneath the seat there, which you can't see, so let me get you a light. Hand me a light, please.
Of course.
We put the 901.5, so we have the 901.5 located right there. Normally we don't put them underneath the seat in these, but the 901.5 fits so perfect right there. We made a bracket that attached to the factory A and C bracket. So, and then he kept the factory radio. We added in the bass knob for that. If you do decide to go in here, you do have to drill a hole behind that to get it to fit. And then we reprogrammed the radio. It's got a DSR-1 in here that is going to be doing the tune. That's why that iPad's sitting right there. We're going to tune that first thing tomorrow morning. After tomorrow morning, what are we doing tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow morning, we're going to have 12 news.
That's right. 9 o'clock.
Fernando car stereo.
Dino Fernando car stereo clips.
That's right.
Yep. Good job.
All the news happened.
My 2002 Dodge Ram 1500 SLT Patriot Blue. Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Okay.
Very nice.
Hey guys. Today's show is brought to you by MorelHiFi.com. Please look Morel here on Instagram as Morel_America. Back to the whatever you're doing.
Yes, there is a special guest tonight on Side Jag. Bobby's going to be on.
Who?
Bobby.
Uncle
Bobby B, baby.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Here, hold this for a minute.
I'm holding.
I got choking here. Your hand is in the shot. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
There you go.
Hey, nice.
All right, so Uncle Bobby's gonna be inside Jack.
Yeah.
Woo, very nice. Let's see what he think about the movie.
Well, watch tonight. You'll find out. For a subwoofer in this, we did a 10-inch Exelon downfiring.
The
factory
owner
box.
provide.
Yeah, that was his. It was
That was
his
his woofer. Yep.
So the 5-channel is running all of that fun stuff. So
Yeah.
tomorrow morning when we come in, we'll do the tune on it, get it out by the afternoon, be all set and ready to go.
Is the amplifier being run front stage?
No, because with this one, we're reflashing the radio to amplifier mode, so the DSR1 has reprogrammed the radio, so there would be no channels to power the rear speakers. So with this, it's just front rear sub. Kind of like the video that, like the Ram install diaries video that's playing right now. It's basically the same basic idea. What happens with the DSR1 and the Amp Pro also, when you have a non-amplified system, the factory radio in an amplified Dodge system is 2 channels of audio out only. So it's a left and a right. That's it. And it's non-variable, meaning when you do this on the volume control, it doesn't do anything to the audio. That is actually digitally controlled in the amplifier. So as you're turning up the volume here, it's telling the amplifier to raise and lower. When you balance and fade, there's no balance and fade coming from the radio. It's done digitally at the DSP in the amplifier. So an Amp Pro and a DSR1, when they connect into the car with the amplified system, it's really nice. That's what a DSR1 was designed to do. So they can go into the non-amplified. What?
It's just for us.
Oh, okay.
That's just crazy.
Nah, that's normal.
That's just weird. Okay,
Yeah.
hang on.
But I'm holding.
Oh, you're like...
Yep. Look at that. That's the one that matters.
I know, but you...
All right. So as I was talking about the Dodge, so what it does is it takes the non-amplified radio and it reprograms it to be the amplified radio. So they're the exact same radios. When it does that, it shuts off the internal amplifier, and there's nothing then that we could use to power the rear speakers other than doing like a 6-channel amplifier. So a really cool amplifier that someone may come out with at some point would be like a 7-channel amplifier with enough power for the subwoofer and then 6 channels to go active. One day we can hope.
Alpine PDX 5-channel or the JL HD 900.5?
Nothing against either one of those, but I'm going with the Alpine on that one. We just had a lot better luck with the Alpine. We had a customer that actually had both, and he just didn't have any luck with the HD. So the limited experience we had with the amplifier, we just had way more success with the Alpine. So I don't know how many, we're not a JL dealer, so I don't know how the experience with that amplifier was outside, so I can only comment to what I know. What would you consider a good voltage coming out of the OME head unit going to a DSP? Most of the time you're going to see like between 6 to 8 volts coming out of a factory radio. That's about all we ever, I think it's like 6 to 8 volts. So that's why most amplifiers have a 10 volt preamp level input only, because it's enough above what the factory. Every now and then, like, we'll get something that's like really hot, but it very rarely is it ever over 9 volts, unless it's a premium audio system. When it's a premium audio system, you can see 40 volts coming out of it, and that's where you run into that's where you run into the high level to low level catching on fire and doing bad things, like this guy right here, this crappy high level to low level, which is kind of funny. So that is supposed to look like this, but they hooked it up to an Alexis to the amplifier, and they don't understand. They don't understand.
Hi, I have a power going to my amplifier, but no sound, and the amplifiers keep going in protection. What do I do?
I mean, that's kind of like a tough question to diagnose this way. So the first thing you need to know is, do you have a digital multimeter? Because that's the most important thing, is you need a digital multimeter. But regardless of that, there's some things you can just test in general. In order to turn on an amplifier, it needs 3 things: power, ground, and remote. That's it. So that means what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect the RCAs, I'm going to disconnect all the speaker wires, and I'm going to feed it power, ground, and remote. If the amplifier turns on and doesn't go into protect, then chances are it's either the RCAs or it's the speaker wires. So now I'm going to hook up one more and see what happens. Now, if you hook up power, ground, and remote and it goes into protect, time to take it out, send it back, and get it repaired, because whatever damage was done to it is already done, and you're not going to be able to do anything with that, unless it's a voltage issue. So at that point, that's when you take your digital multimeter and you see what kind of voltage you have at the amplifier. So let's say it's going to protect, and you meter it and it's at like 9 volts. Then that's telling you got a voltage issue somewhere. Check your ground, check your power. Easiest thing to do is check power. So leave the positive lead on the amplifier and go to a different ground and see if it goes up. And then go up underneath the hood and look at the fuse holder to make sure the fuse holder is good. So if you have good power all the way through and it's still going in protect, there again, take it out, get it repaired. Now if it doesn't go into protect, now I'm going to plug in my RCAs and see what happens. And if it still doesn't go into protect, then I'm going to connect one speaker at a time. Now, if I have my digital multimeter, I'm switching my digital multimeter to ohms, and I'm checking the ohm load of each speaker. And then I'm also checking the resistance on each speaker to ground to see if I'm getting anything like maybe a shorted speaker wire or a shorted speaker in general. And then I'll hook up one speaker at a time until I find the bad one, if I don't have a digital multimeter. Digital multimeter is definitely more of a friend than, going ham on the amplifier, but those are some of the things you can do just to check out the basics of the amplifier.
What's up, Mel? Mel's in the house.
Mel is in the house.
Yeah. What are some good 2.5-inch dash speakers? No budget.
On a budget?
No budget.
Oh, no budget? Check out the Morel MM2s. Yeah, check out the Morel MM2s.
I know.
Oh, we're back. Yeah, the Morel MM2 is really nice. 2-inch. Sound-wise, a lot of them all pretty much sound very similar. Morel also makes a high-frequency mid-range, but if you're looking for the Morel has a... Dude, just open the box. What?
Oh, so they can see the model number.
Well, yeah, we just told them what it was. It's an MM2.
They want to see the model number.
They don't need to see the...
Oh, the model number is in here.
Yeah, I know.
Look at that.
Yeah, Virtus MM2.
Dude, it's so tiny.
Yeah, anyways, really nice sounding mid-range.
And then you get a credit card.
Yeah, you get the Morel Black Card. Who doesn't need the Morel Black Card? Do you prefer driver's side, passenger side seat, or rear wall for 2-door... All right, hold on. Do you prefer driver's side, passenger side seat or rear wall for a 2-door truck amp rack. I mean, okay, so in general, my thought process behind putting an amp is, oh my gosh, dude. Instagram is just killing it. Why is this so bad? All right, sorry about that. Yeah. All right. So my thought process of putting an amp into a car. Oh my gosh, dude! It just keeps sucking. All right, one more try. Let's do this one more time. All right, so when I go to put an amp in a car, a truck, it doesn't matter. The first thing I'm doing is I'm checking underneath the hood to see which side of the car the battery is on. Then I'm figuring out now, if the battery's on the passenger side, can I get through the passenger side? Or do I still have to come through the driver's side? All right, once I've figured what side of the car the battery's on and what side of the car I have to come through the firewall on, then I will look underneath each seat. If I have room underneath the driver's seat, obviously that's my go-to place because I'm going to come this way, go out to the battery. Sometimes I don't have room underneath this seat, then I will check the passenger side. So like in a Toyota Tundra, passenger side is the place to go because that's where the factory amplifier is. So the factory amplifier is also going to be, if it's underneath the seat, I'm going to go where the factory amplifier is. If I'm pulling the factory amplifier out, if I'm leaving the factory amplifier in, then I'm probably going to go over to the other seat if I can. In this case, this amp went here because the ANC module was located here. We had to pull it out. We had room. Our speaker wires were all right there, so we just iData makes the harness, plugs right in, so super cool. As far as on the back wall, it depends on how many amplifiers I'm installing. So if my amplifiers aren't going to fit here, then there's no reason not to go to the back wall. So there's a lot of thought that goes into where and why and how. It's not a favorite thing. It's a utilitarian thing as far as which location is going to service the install the best. Here, come on over here. This seems to be a spot working all right. As soon as I say that,
like froze 2 times.
I know. Well, that's why I'm not moving again. Wow, just the topic I need. My amp is not going into protection, but I have no sound on the subs. It was working fine and out of where they just didn't play. Check the amp and protect light. What if the battery is dead center back, say in a German car? Let's see, if it's a German car, you drive it off a cliff. No, I don't know, Christian. There again, there's no difference between whether the battery is in the front of the car or the back of the car. You're still running the wire to wherever it needs to go. So you just do it in the reverse.
In reverse?
The thought process. We find out where the battery is, where the amplifier can go, and, I really like to find the area where the power wire is the shortest between the amplifier and the battery. So any chance I can move an amplifier somewhere where it's closer to the battery, I'm going to try to do that.
Good evening from the UK.
Hi.
Yeah, hi.
I'm thinking of fitting an Android Auto head unit. Got about 400 euros. What's your recommendation? I mean, at that, both Pioneer, Kenwood, are now offering radios, and even Sony, I think, has a radio in that price point. So all the big three have decent enough Android Auto radios in that.
Uh-huh.
If Android Auto is the primary goal and nothing else, then you're probably in a good place. I would look for something that has a short chassis, meaning it's thinner than normal. It just works better. My go-to radio, which will be a different model number, but it should still be the 7000 series Kenwood, is probably, or a 700 over there maybe.
They don't make a Stinger over there?
What's that?
A Stinger?
No.
The high 10? No.
No one would buy that. It's no. Not over there. Thanks for the tip. Sorry for the broken English. No, it's all right. Where is Brian Mitchell's shop located and name? Can't get a hold of Gary. I would like to have Brian give it a listen. He's in California. It's called Liquid Trends.
That doesn't make sense.
What?
Liquid Trends?
No. So the reason why it's called Liquid Trends is the previous business was he was making speaker cabinets for boats.
Okay.
So Liquid Trends he's had it forever.
Okay, so they just like...
Before he worked at ARC, he was doing boats and building custom boat rigs. So that's why it's called Liquid Trends. It has nothing to do with...
Car audio.
No, it's just the name, and everyone that's ever owned a business knows that you never change the name unless you absolutely have to, because then you got to redo everything. And no, vacation doesn't start till Sunday.
Sunday!
What are your thoughts on ground loop isolators? Yay or nay? And do they degrade RCA signal output? All right. Here's the thing. Every now and then a ground loop isolator is what it's going to take to save the day. There's no question about it. Do we try to avoid using them at all costs? 100%. Do we use them on a regular basis? No, not really. The only time, there's only one scenario where, a ground loop isolator I'm going to use 100% of the time, and that's when I'm doing a Bose system and a 24-bit GM vehicle that has Bose. Got to use them. As far as everything else goes, most of the time the ground loop isolator would only come in handy for us when doing high level to low level adapters, because we were getting a ground loop from the factory speaker, and when the car would shut off it would create a loop, and that's when you'd get the you turn the car off and it would just go bah, and you're like, what the hell? The ground loop isolator will fix that because it's removing the ground out of the scenario. If you're doing a system and there's noise, usually it's the product. And in that case, the product, some cases, didn't do a really good job at building in good ground or good noise filtering. So a ground loop isolator, though not the best, will solve the problem and get you rocking and rolling. Is it going to affect the signal in some way? Of course it's going to affect the signal in some way. The question is it noticeable, and is it going to hurt the sound? And in most cases, the answer to that would probably be no, because when you're dealing with that level of equipment, that isn't going to matter that much. So, if you're doing a $2,000 amplifier and you need ground loop isolators, you may want to go back and check out the installation. But most of the time when you need something like that, you're not exactly dealing with top tier stuff. Sometimes you are. Sometimes, but not always. Hot swapping RCAs and speaker wires, okay without disconnecting battery, turning car off. Turn the car off.
Yeah, totally.
Just turn the car off and make sure the amplifier's off. And then you can, but doing it with the amplifier on is a bad idea. 100% bad idea. You can blow up the amplifier, as we've done before.
The output, yeah.
You can screw up the radio, especially if it's a Pioneer and you short out the RCAs. Don't do that.
Yep.
You call anybody a knob lately? We were talking about that yesterday. I can't remember why we brought that up. Knob. Okay, we'll do some research on Kenwood hen units. Yeah. Thanks. No problem. What do you got? Anything?
John, good morning.
Yeah, it's Modesto. Caligari is a lot closer to me. I guess I will have to keep trying him. He tuned it, but I still have questions. I understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, totally get it. Oh, speaking of Brian Mitchell, I meant to do this while we were talking. Grab the box.
Okay.
So the other day I got a phone call from a friend of mine, and he was asking me about some product that ARC made. And I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So naturally I called Brian, because if you have a question about ARC, you call the guy that works at ARC. And so he's like, we make these products that we don't really ever talk about. We probably should. And I was like, oh, okay. So we'll start here with the ALD. And I believe this stands for Arc Line Driver or Advanced Line Driver, or does it say? Advanced Line Driver. So what we have here is a line driver / high level to low level adapter that is capable of having a bass knob. So this is pretty cool. So you have RCA in or speaker in. So you have RCA or speaker in located here. You have your power, you have your output, and then there is a bass knob, optional bass knob that can go here. So there again, a really high end, because it's ARC, it's extremely nice. Advanced line driver. So we're going to play with that at some point. And then we have the NGM, which is the noise gate module. And I was like, wait, you guys make a noise gate? He's like, yeah. So this is really cool. So there again, you have high level input. So you have RCA input or high level input, whichever one you want to use. And then you have your adjustments for the noise gate.
4-channel.
It's a 4-channel. So there again, this is another product that I can't wait to just play with and see how this does with like floor noise and stuff like that. That's what this was designed to make sound better. So there again, didn't know they made it. And then the last thing, which is what started this, is the BXM. And I was like, what is a BXM? And so he goes, it's a bass generator module. And I go,
what?
He goes, think of an... oh, it's locked up. It's a good thing to lock up on, though. Dude, I don't know what the fuck is wrong. Instagram is driving me crazy. Anyway, so as I was saying, the BXM, or bass generator module. This is what prompted the phone call. And I was like, well, what is this? And he goes, think of an epicenter that's the opposite of an epicenter. I go... Explain. So an epicenter does an octave shift to take high bass and make it low bass. This does an octave shift in the other direction. And you say, well, why would you want to do that? And right here at the top, it actually explains that. Improved bass without a sub. So in a lot of situations where, let's say in this car, if he wasn't adding that subwoofer, or if he wasn't feeling like he was getting enough mid bass out of this door, which sounds like bass, this is designed to solve that problem. Significantly increase bass output, improved mid bass in front speakers, deeper bass from small sealed enclosures. One of the examples he gave for that is when people build trunk mount enclosures where you have subwoofers on either side. A lot of the times you don't get good bass response out of those. This, you can go in and dial the adjustment here and get that bass back. I was like, okay, there again, the bag is sealed, so you can see we haven't done anything with it yet. It just showed up today. So I'm super excited to play with this, because to me, this could be one of the coolest things that we've ever got our hands on. Mm-hmm. So this will be the next thing we throw in and just see what it'll do.
Yeah.
That'll be pretty cool. But there again, it's another example of a manufacturer that's like, yeah, we make these really cool things, but we don't tell anybody about them because we don't want anyone to know we make cool stuff.
I don't want.
Yeah, so it ought to be pretty interesting. The BXM is really the thing I'm most excited about. I can't wait to see how that actually works. Mm-hmm. If any of you guys have ever had experience with it, of course, let me know. But Chevy full-size crew cab, 210s sealed or 4/8 vented. Man, if you can do the 4/8 across the front vented like Bobby Gately style, that is freaking awesome. Insanely awesome. Extra length and RCA cable. Should I coil it up or run around car and back so it's not looped. So basically what you're talking about is shrinking the RCA cable. If we're talking like 6 extra feet, honestly, I'm pulling it out and going with a shorter RCA cable. If you're talking like 1.5 to 2 feet of extra, I might want to see if I can find a different way to run the RCA to kind of eat up some of that space. Like following some of the factory wiring harness or going up above into the glove box and around and down. But if there's nothing like that, then yes, putting it in a area where there's no computers or something like that, and putting it in loops or in a bundle. Don't pinch it too hard, and then tucking it away is fine. I like to usually find like a body rail or something like that, or I'll pull it off into an area. So like on the if I'm coming up here, if I'm coming up like here, I may pull it up into this, and this is the area where I would add my extra RCA because there's like nothing here. What? No, I'm fine. It was flipping. When the camera flips, it freezes. So I would add the RCA here and then run what I needed over there, or I might actually bring it up underneath the seat if there's no computers or nothing underneath there. I could put the extra in there or in the center console. But yeah, sometimes I'll go the long way just to eat up that extra RCA. But yeah, if it's too much, then I get a shorter cable. Always looked at your videos, man. Really good quality. You guys do learn a lot from you guys. Thank you. Hey guys, 2007. Oh, it froze. Man.
You're moving too fast.
I don't know why it's acting so crappy lately.
I know.
Sorry about that. Instagram is just... And I mean, I'm on cell. I took it off of Wi-Fi because that wasn't working. Hey guys, 2017 Camaro, like the white one you did. Is it necessary to add a DSP? Okay. Regardless of the car you have, the question is it necessary? To add a DSP. Depending on who you talk to and how arrogant they are, they're going to give you, oh yes, you have to add a DSP. You're stupid not to. Why would you want it? But the reality is no, you don't have to add a DSP. But you are going to limit the performance that you can get out of the system by not adding the DSP. That is really where you're at. So think about it as... you can get as good as the factory sounds, but louder. And that's it. And after that, you have bass, mid, and treble adjustment on the radio. And if that doesn't do it for you, then you're done. You're out of luck. You can't change anything. The DSP gives you the ability to tailor the sound more towards your liking.
So yes.
But there again, there's no rule that says if you don't get a DSP, you get 1,000 lashes or anything like that. It's entirely up to you and whether you want to add it or not. Some people are perfectly content with just making their system louder, but where it gets kind of weird is, let's say, prime example, in a Dodge. A Dodge has 3.5s in the dash. They don't have any tweeters. Now, let's say you've been driving the car for 2 years, and all of a sudden you want to go get a new set of 3.5s. 3.5s have tweeters. Maybe they have metal tweeters. So now you have 3.5s with metal tweeters in the dash. Well, guess what? Those things are going to blast you out of the car. Maybe exactly what you're looking for, in which case you're totally happy to do what you've just done. The opposite side of the coin, you may be like, damn, I need to reel these things in. So you go and start messing with the treble on the radio. And then the whole car starts to sound like crap because you're like, oh, now all my treble's gone. Not just, and those tweeters are still killing it. So a DSP would give you the ability to go in and tailor the sound towards the speakers you added. But there's no rule that says you have to have a DSP. How is the Helix C amplifier? Fabulous. We just got done doing the C1. Jeff had a couple of the C's in one of many of his installs. They're very nice. Very nice. They're very small. They're very compact, and they light up.
They light up.
I mean, let's be honest.
They look beautiful.
Hell no, I had no app. Okay. Hell no, it's good to have. I almost never see horn-loaded compression drivers anymore, but they sound great. Is it because of space or installation difficulty? Okay, there again, this is 100% a guess here, because they do make a lot of horn-loaded compression drivers for the loudspeaker side of the industry, like lots of them. So what I think you're seeing is that you have people that will buy those and they're expected to get a certain sound out of them, and the other side of that is they would never put something like that in their car just because those guys buy them. So I don't know if it's a matter of, I think it's more of a personal preference, more so than brought together by a bias, more so than people liking that or this. The other thing too is that because the speaker by the pound market, or the loudspeaker market, has become so raced to the bottom, you're running out of I don't know if the customer base is there anymore, but they still make them. It's just not, Do you recommend lithium cell batteries? I don't know enough about the topic. I'm just going to leave it at that. It's not my specialty. I know Jeff is running a lithium battery in his car, and he absolutely loves it, and he's had nothing but success. Do you remember which one it was?
No.
I know, we've interviewed him, he's told us before, but he loves running his lithium battery. He thinks it's the coolest thing in the world. Arturo! Hey! Hola! Hopefully he'll be in Dallas. Hey guys, I know some of you guys are industry and some of you aren't. Anybody going to Dallas for Knowledge Fest in August? Our class is going to be Friday at 10 o'clock. There again, great shots at Snapshot. We show you how to use your phone or camera or anything like that. How to take better pictures. And how to market yourself better. It's a pretty cool class. It's a lot of fun. There's prizes, which is always nice. And we're going up against a couple DSP classes, which is kind of funny. But our argument is that, hey, it's great to know how to tune a DSP. However, if you can't market your business, it really doesn't matter what skills you have. So you want to come to our class. That's it.
He's going.
Everyone should come. I mean, what's the point of knowing how to tune a DSP if you can't get someone to walk in the door? What was the new kicker thingy you recently said we would love coming out? If it's a relatively new thing and I said you'd love coming out, chances are probably good I can't tell you yet. So, still can't tell you. You gotta understand, we can't talk about stuff like that until it's physically in the public. So like the ST speakers, which are those new square speakers that Kicker has, couldn't talk about them until like they physically were on a table and the public knew they existed. The minute that happens, we could do anything we want. We could talk all about them. We could tell you, oh yeah, they've been making these things, blah, blah, blah. We can tell you all that crap. But until then, we can't say nothing. Helix Pro is great. Not going to lie. Mm-hmm. How's the G35 lab? Right now, it is sitting the way it was from the last video. However, when we get back from vacation, we have a lot of stuff we have to do inside of it. So we have the Moscone 430 is going to go in there. Mm-hmm. And then we have the Ground Zero giveaway that we have to wire up, shoot the video on, install, and then give the amplifiers away. So we still have those amplifiers to give away. These two Ground Zeros right here, we're still giving them away. We're just falling behind as far as giving them away. So
sound's gone.
What's that?
They say sound's gone.
Well, turn it up and see if you have sound. Yeah? Still there?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah? You sure? Okay. Thank you for answering my question. Yesterday, let me ask you, is there a way to add aftermarket amps and speakers to a CRV Touring 2018 with premium audio system without getting echo in the calls? Yes, but you can't use the Metropiece. So you have to go after the factory amplifier, and then you won't get it. So typically what we do when adding into a Honda product, my favorite way to do it is with the Alpine PXE 0850X. You need to retain the center channel, the subwoofer, the left and right tweeter, and the left and right mid-range. Those 6 speakers have to be installed or connected to the DSP. The reason why I like the Alpine PXE 0850X in the Hondas is because it also has 8 channels of 25 watts per channel. It's a 12-channel DSP, which means I'll be able to go full active front on a 4-channel amplifier. I'll be able to add another one for the sub, and then I can use the channels that are in it to power my center channel back up, as well as power the rear speakers if I don't want to add an amp for that. So conceivably I could add that and a 5-channel amplifier to the system, power up all my factory speakers, everything works great, life is wonderful. So that's kind of our go-to for that. I will say that the Bluetooth portion of it and the controller, not a high point. I wouldn't even waste your time trying to figure out where to put them. I just stuff them in the armrest. Chances are good you'll never use them. The Bluetooth on it is really not made for music. It's an older version of Bluetooth that doesn't sound that good, so that's not a benefit. I just like the EQ. I just like the EQ DSP software and the fact that it's that versatile. Are you guys going to do a review of the Alpine ILX 507? I would love to do one. It's on our agenda. If we can get caught up, we will definitely do it. The nice thing about the 507, it's going to be around for a while. So, and it's a badass radio. Like if you're on the fence, like just go ahead and get it. You're not going to be disappointed. Good evening, guys. I learned today that I don't miss working on late 90s Camaros. Those door panels, dude, I know, right? We've done 2 now in the last month and a half. I had to do one Saturday when he was gone, and then we did one not too long ago this thing was rode hard and put away wet. I mean, this is like total Fast and Furious, had a metal panel in the floor pan there, like they took and then they, it fell out, when he was driving, but somehow Toretto could still put his feet in the car, not Fred Flintstone style. Yeah, it's really weird. Kicker key running active to turn down tweeters. Should I turn gain down or use level control in the head unit? I would use level control in the head unit, which would probably be the best thing to do. But if they're too loud, what I would recommend is before you run the kicker key software, turn the treble up on the radio. Okay, so turn it down on the radio to find out where it sounds the best. All right, so if it sounds good at, let's say, -2, then go +2 when you go to run the software, and that way it'll take it. Then when you're done running the software, put the radio back to 0, and you're fine, and everything's great. You can adjust it from the radio. That's entirely up to you. But if you want it to be a permanent thing that's just fixed and worked and everything is great, you do the opposite of what you want it to be. So if the tweeters aren't loud enough, you find out what you need and you go reverse. If the tweeters are too loud, then you add and it'll automatically reverse. He says he's coming. We can get him up there. We can do hand jive. 8-part DSP series on the JL Max coming soon. They did a really good job of doing that on their own, so no. I would like to watch their 27-part series, though. How do you think 2 kicker comp RT shallow enclosures under the couch for home theater? I'm sure that will work. I was looking at new furniture recently. Haley took us to the mall and she wanted us to see this furniture, and they had the Harman system, or I don't remember if it was Harman of some kind. Mm-hmm. And they had the optional subwoofer that you could. Anyways, they had the optional subwoofer you could install on the couch, and so they were like, "You got to hear this. You got to hear it." And I absolutely hated it. Like, I don't want my butt vibrating when I'm watching a movie. I have 2 subwoofers in my home theater, and they're in the corners of the room, and they put out a ton of bass. I just don't need to be buzzed while I'm watching a movie, and I don't mean drunk. I mean like just shaking, doing all this crap. It just doesn't sound like a good time. All right, what do you got?
Have you heard the Alpine F1 status speakers? Are they too much? Better than the R-types?
Yeah, that's not even like a fair comparison. Yes, I've heard them. Buzz isn't bass. No, it isn't. It's just like it's just like the thing shaking. It's horrible. Yes, I've heard them, and it's not a fair comparison. I mean, I don't. Listen, if you like R-types, they're great speakers, but to compare them to a speaker that's like 5 times the amount of money, that doesn't make any sense. I don't think you would do that for any reason. It's a different experience, the F1. The closest thing to the F1 though, for mere mortals like us, would be the new Status speakers. The Status speakers are very similar, and they sound spectacular as well. So you love the I-beam from Rockford? No, I hate. Oh God, no. Or the bass shakers from Alpine. Alpine used to use the Aura bass shakers. And a funny story there is they would take the Aura bass shaker, which is just that magnet thing that you
in the bottom of the car.
And they put it in a Jan Sport backpack. So you could aux into the stereo, and then you would just yeah. That was terrible. Oh, it's Dougie. Dougie Fresh in the house. What's up, Doug? It's like, let's see, Ada says, geez, I can't even read. It's like a street car versus an F1 car, literally. Yeah, no doubt. I still use bass shakers. Hey, man. Do you have them in the jacuzzi? That would be fun. I'd like you to do the bass shaker correct. It's kind of, yeah. I don't like the bass shakers. I don't know. When I sit on my couch, man, I don't want to be, no. I mean, I'm good. Have you guys used the Helix component speakers versus the Morel Tempo? We haven't done a set of Helix speakers in a really long time. But I mean, I'm going Morel as always. I mean, there's nothing against this. I'm going Morel. But they're both good. That's my go-to speaker, man. So, fair disclosure, fanboy answer, 100%. Why am I a fanboy of Morel, Fernando?
Because you can find Morel here. Yeah. Morel America. Morel America _. Yeah.
No, Morel _America.
Yeah, that's what I say. I don't know what you guys hear.
I don't know what we heard either. I don't even know what you said.
Exactly.
No bass shakers in the hot tub.
The only one shakes in the hot tub is him.
I don't think he shakes, man. It's nice and warm. Why would you shake? I mean, unless we're doing
really hot.
Unless we're doing a 90s rock song, you're like, shake it, don't break it, baby, shake me all night, she said. Yeah, anyways.
What's up, Larry?
All night long. Yeah, Morel's gonna win every time,
Morel.
I mean, Morel just makes badass speakers, guys. There's no other way
and they make home audio too.
Yeah, but they're not. They do make home audio speakers, but they really haven't made, they need to get back and make some really bitchin' stuff that isn't, it can be expensive. I like the Dayton Audio DSP, but it is a noise machine. Have you found a fix? Yeah, don't buy the Dayton DSP. It's that simple. Here's the thing you gotta remember about Dayton DSP. It is a noise machine, okay? But the software that they're using is the same Chinese software, and that's not a bad thing, that everybody uses. If you like that DSP and you want to get a DSP that's very similar to it, as far as functionality but doesn't have the noise, check out the audio dynamic coil. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Audio Dynamic. This company right here, Audio Dynamic, they make a very similar DSP to that one that is non-noisy, and he always has them on sale. So just wait until it goes on sale. It's I picked up that one. I know the Dayton is $149. This is I think I got that one for $249 during the holiday sale, which is probably $3 now because of all the price increases and all that stuff. But
How much is the DSR-1?
it's a different OS. So, I mean, if he already understands the Dayton software, it's the same software. It's just a little bit more advanced as far as it has more features. There is a 6th order sub enclosure buried right next to the hot tub.
Perfect.
I have base.
I'm pretty sure you have base.
Yeah, I bet he does. I am not surprised.
It's party.
Party at Doug's house.
Let's go.
Party at Doug's house.
Yeah, we're gonna be in his house
Yeah,
next year.
yeah. We'll be there later this year, too.
Oh, yeah, you go. This year.
I don't think we'll
Party.
have time, but I mean, you
So
know.
everybody's invited. Just go to Doug's house, and
Well,
we're gonna make a party.
When we were at Master Tech, he was like, dude, yeah, we'll just go to my house. Like, you know, Monday or Tuesday, whatever that first night is. Well, I'll just hang out at my house. We'll barbecue from there. I was like,
oh, perfect. There you
I
go.
mean, I'm fine with that,
Yeah,
but,
let's
you know.
go.
Yeah, so, Master Tech. All right, hands up. How many guys are going to Master Tech Expo next year? So that'd be 2023 Master Tech Expo. It's happening in February. It's open to everybody. As long as you can pay to go, anybody can go. So if, like last year we went, there was like 3 guys that came up to us that were like, no, man, I just wanted to come, paid the $800, got the hotel room, booked the flight,
Yep.
and I'm learning all this cool stuff.
Because you say that. Yeah.
Yeah, because you said to come, and I was like, all right, well, cool. But yeah, so Master Tech Expo is open to everyone. So for all you guys who are like, I really wish I could go to Knowledge Fest. Well, hey, pay for Master Tech Expo. The rest of the money is the same. So you're still paying for a hotel, and you're still paying for a flight to go to one of those.
And then you're going to learn a ton.
You're going to learn a ton. So anyways, we were talking yesterday about it.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing a show in August. We're going to have Brian on in August to kind of go over like all the
That's
secrets.
Cool.
But,
Yeah.
you know, we're going to start talking about it in August, which we're starting now in July, as it were. Because, listen, it's flights suck right now. Hotels are, everything's expensive, all right? But it's 8 months away.
Yeah.
So 8 months to make it to Master Tech.
Yeah.
And 8 lucky people are going to get into Master Tech for no charge. You're still going to have to buy the hotel room. You're still going to pay for the flight. But the $800 for it, 8 lucky people on our end aren't going to have to pay that, which we're not even going to tell you what it is.
I'm going to tell you later.
We've probably already told you what it is, but we're going to
More details.
more details to come in September.
Oh, dude.
But there's going to be a competition, which I'm sure you guys can figure this out, that Fernando and I are going to host. And there's going to be 8 participants that are going to get the $800 entry fee waived to be a participant. Plus, you're going to win a whole bunch of
swag.
just a whole bunch of shit. It's going to be insane.
That's gonna be insane.
Like,
Yep.
so you'll learn more about that in September. But in August, we're going to start talking. We're going to have Brian on. We're going to do a big Master Tech Expo. Like
The first taste.
like last year, I don't want to spoil it, but dude, it is. If you're thinking about, man, I think I should go, start saving your money now. I'm close enough to drive to Master Tech, so you don't have to pay for the flight, Bobby. So I mean, it's
hotel,
just hotel, and you probably won't see us much because we run around like idiots, but it's worth it. So if any of you guys, that's the cool thing about Master Tech. If you got the money, you can go.
I'm only here for the giveaways. Perfect. There you go. Where you're a winner.
Everyone's a wiener.
Winner.
But anyways, that's Master Tech nonsense. We'll talk more about that in August. I'm super excited. Like literally, I think we had an hour phone conversation yesterday, and I just was like, oh gosh, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard because as soon as I find stuff out, I want to tell you guys. But that's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be the best.
That's gonna be crazy.
Gotta hit up those wives, man. Gotta hit those wives.
Oh yeah. All right.
So, anyways, hey, listen, guys, it's that time of the night again when we're gonna go home and get the heck out of here. Yep, Rockford Fosgate will be there. Probably be another Rockford World.
Somebody say about Bobby Gailey boxes. He want to use a Rockford subwoofer. Yeah. Just call him.
Yes.
Order.
Or I don't think you call Bobby. I think you just you email him or something like that.
I mean, you go to the website and check it out.
Listen, man, the guy is dope. Like his boxes kill it. So Reach out to, if you're interested in a Bobby box, reach out to Bobby, get yourself a Bobby box. There is no substitute.
Fernando say that you are the best. So, yeah.
There is no substitute for a Bobby box. There's nothing like a Bobby box, for sure. So,
all right.
You guys have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tonight in 2 short hours. We'll see you tonight over there in the Hi-Fi Vega Network. We'll be doing side jag. We'll be doing reverse polarity, and then we'll be doing side jag. Multiverse of Madness tonight. See you guys. Bye. Good afternoon, everybody. Look at that. How many people recognize this? Dude, I wonder how old that is.
What?
This. You know?
Okay.
Well, I mean, think about it. We made that for the original show that we did so that we'd have a 5-star logo behind us.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so it's like, it's old. I wonder how, because I mean, like how faded the red is. And there's 2 pieces of red there. Yeah, wow. Hey, all right, Fernando, you ready? They're watching.
Hi, guys. What are we doing?
You're cutting a promo.
Oh, okay.
All right, hold on, we'll do it again. All right, ready? I'm gonna go slow pan, show the Ultimo, and then...
Hi, guys. Welcome to the show. This show is brought to you by Morel America. Yeah?
No.
Oh, my. It's been a rough day.
It's been a rough day. Empty Bay must mean vacation. We are here tomorrow, but yeah. All right, want to try it one more time? _America, MorelHiFi.com. Okay, ready? So I'll be like, hey, look at the classic 5-star logo from the old show. We moved it from the showroom over to here because we needed the wall space.
Yeah.
And then...
Hi, guys. Welcome to the show. This show is brought to you by MorelHiFi.com. And you can find Morel America here on Instagram. _.
It's close enough. So don't, yeah. Be careful. That's still got the SD card from the Porsche on it. Points off, he's not wearing the cap. It happens.
Oh my God.
These people, I swear.
See? You
Yeah.
find better people.
Yeah, no, actually what we're doing is we're just cleaning up before we leave, getting everything put away so when we come back we don't have any,
They probably gonna say, see, it looks the same.
It does. It looks very similar.
It looks the same.
Still, we're pulling stuff out, cleaning things away, because when I get back on Thursday, Thursday the 14th. So Thursday the 14th, we're gonna have Larry Penn and Dustin and the guys from MSC here live at 6:30. Going on vacation. I can't tell you where we're going because it's nothing like that. It's just because The Boring Life of Dean and Haley should be out tomorrow. And one of the questions in the show is, where do you guys think we're going? And I know I've said it here a bunch of times, so I don't want to ruin it for Haley.
Everybody knows where you're going.
I know. I don't want to ruin it for Haley, though. So, anyways, if you didn't check out last week's Boring Life of Dean and Haley, make sure you check it out. And then she edited another one, so we're 2 for 2 now. And wow. That's tonight. I gotta go home and.
So she already put the video up?
Shit, no. Well, she'll send me the video and then I'll post it. So because we take it off of the iPad. She's using LumaFusion, so I'll store it on my drive, which I had to order a brand new drive last night.
Oh, okay.
The orange ones that I carry, the ruggeds.
Yeah. I thought you had 2.
I do. One of them's full. So I bought a 4 terabyte one last night to move some stuff around. I'm 5 days till Disney vacation. There you go, right? Yeah, dude. It's torture just waiting. Happy 4th of July. That's right. Sunday? Monday. Monday is the 4th of July?
That will be Monday.
I don't even know. I sadly, it's because vacations. I don't even care.
That will be Monday. So.
Yeah. I will have an awesome vacation. Thank you. Any info on Phoenix Gold 6-channel amps? There is no information on Phoenix Gold is gone, bro. If you live in the United States, there is no more Phoenix Gold.
No.
Phoenix Gold.
Channel, that was this one.
Yeah. So if there's some GX available, maybe you might be able to find an MX somewhere. But otherwise, that's it. They ended life. They end of life Phoenix Gold here in the U.S. because they bought audio control. Mm-hmm. So there was really no purpose to continue on that path. They had been kind of killing it the whole time anyways, killing it softly. So
today everybody knows that that's it.
They do now. Cat's out of the bag. So what's up, dudes?
What's up?
Hey guys. What's up, Johnny? Happy Friday. I know. Whoa, did old school gone? It says old school gold gone. Yes, it is. But no, I can't say that. Damn it. Because we have no something else gold. But yeah, we can't talk about that. Breaking my heart about Phoenix Gold. Hey, listen, I got to be honest with you. In Europe, they did a much better job with it, and the stuff they have there is fabulous. I'm hoping that somebody will create like an export business where they'll just buy it from Europe and ship it back over here because their stuff is way cooler than ours was. So, I mean, that's honestly, I could see that happening. Somebody doing that, which would be hilarious. Like if an exporter, think about that. If an exporter went to Europe, bought Phoenix Gold, shipped it back over here, and started selling it, and it sold like it did really well. To just know that AMP couldn't do that would be funny. What is this? Really? Okay, weird. All right. Anyways. What about California Profile? Oh, geez. Come on now. So if I bridge my amp, will I have to reset my gains? No. No, that's your input section, not your output section. Now, if you bridge your amp, you may have a situation where now your speakers can't handle the power you're giving it. But other than that, it's why no, because that's your input. Yeah, you should be fine. Happy holidays. R.I.P. Phoenix Gold. I know, right? Just say it. I can't. I had no idea about Phoenix Gold. They're not really talking about it, and the problem... Okay, so therein lies the rub. The fact that nobody knew about it means, like, no one really cared anyways. And why we're standing here is because that is the TI-3 6-channel Phoenix Gold there on the wall. Commemorative, Hey, but if you'd like to Zen 9, let me know. $2,000, it's yours. Number 44. Just saying. I'll pay for the shipping. Let's see what's going on. All right, there we go. Yeah, pretty cool. So there's going to be videos next week. Don't worry. The whole time we're on vacation, there'll be videos, except for Thursday because we're going to do the live thing here with the MSC guys. So that means MSC, I know a lot of you guys don't know what MSC means. So Helix, the Helix guys are going to be here, and they're going to talk about some new products, which is really cool. And supposedly they're bringing products with them. From what he said, I mean, when we talked to him yesterday, he's like, "Yeah, we'll bring products," and I was like, "Oh, dude, okay." To talk about, slow it down. You all remember the Zed Audio 90s? Yeah, oh yeah, Zed. Matrix clicks on my end. Actually, this is surprising. Today's been no glitches yet, so because yesterday sucked. What's a good sub to use on a 22 Honda hybrid in your opinion? Thanks, guys. Thank you. Okay, that's kind of a vague question. I mean, I don't know what you want to do. I mean, if you're just looking to add a sub, like all I'm doing is adding a sub, the problem you run in any Honda is it has a high pass crossover built into it. So you really, the best amp to put in there, if you're just trying to do something basic, is the Key 501. Now, if you're trying to do something better than that, the Key Lock, and that will restore the bass that the factory radio has removed. The Key 501, the 500 watt mono amplifier, will do it all self-contained. So if you're looking just for a small amp, 500 watt amp to power a sub, the Key 501 in a Honda is really a plus. And then find a box that you like. Downfiring, sealed, whatever.
No, the subwoofer. What kind of subwoofer?
I mean, if you got 500 watts, I mean, why not go with like a comp R10? R10? Yeah, an R10 or an R12. No, screw that. Do the square, the R7.
Okay.
The R7, like R710 ported would be really cool. You know, I could dig that.
Okay.
You get or an R712.
Okay.
You get a lot of bass. They're efficient. They'll do what they need to do with that 500 watt amp. That'd be pretty cool. And you can buy them in the boxes already, so that makes life even better. When we be back from vacation, any place fun or staycation? We're going to someplace extremely fun. I get back on the 14th. Well, I'll be back here on the 14th. PG kind of slipped mid 2000s after, yeah. And that was the thing. When Amp Global bought them, they had really grand ideas to do with it, and they came out with some really spectacular stuff. But for some reason, mismanagement of some kind, I'm guessing. I don't know. Biting off more than they could chew. I don't know, but it was not a good fit, and it just never moved. It just never moved. They had a rocky start with their DSP, and then they abandoned that right away. It was rough. So, yeah, we'll see. Is this the Hawaii trip this time around? I mean, might be. No glitch on my end. Rain and thunderstorms here all day. Ugh. Sorry to hear that. Ooh, I keep waving to people because I'm holding my finger on the thing. Sorry, don't mean to wave to anybody. I need to bring that EXO on reverse with you and Hi-Fi, at least for one visit. Yeah. I mean, why not? 8 ohm mono rear speakers. Okay. Are we talking like a sub, or are we just going to do like some crazy, like I got one channel on an amplifier left on a DSP, so I'm going to run 2 8 ohm speakers to get a 4 ohm mono load? That's kind of a weird. I could see it, but he's high energy force. He is definitely high energy. He is a lot. How is Pier 90? I'd never go down there. Will Audiobound make a comeback? No, I don't think so. I mean, now with the legalization of a lot of the drugs, I really don't think Audiobound stands a chance. Has the Nano Lab gotten the Italian 4-channel Stallion yet? Not yet. We've been kind of busy and just haven't had time to play with that. Is the PBR 404 enough power for 6.5s and 3.5 coaxials on the same channel? Ooh. Well, okay, so we ran in your car the TI components and an 8-inch P2 subwoofer off of the PBR 404. So I would say yes. I mean, it's enough power to do it. It's the question isn't enough power. It's plenty to power. Is it going to get loud enough for what you want? Is really the question you're asking. Because it's power. Power will move speakers. Will it be loud and just blasting you out of the car or whatever you want? I can't answer that. Will the amplifier do the job? The amplifier will do the job. And if it's within its capabilities, or if you're playing it within its capabilities, it'll sound wonderful. But it's just a matter of if you're expecting more out of it. I don't know that answer to that question. So that's really the question you have to ask yourself. Audiobound for the win. Did you ever do a Sega Genesis or Super Nintendo install in a car back in the day? Actually, yes, I did both. No, it was a Sega, the Cube, the Dream, what was it, Dreamcast? What was the square one, I thought? It was a Dreamcast, and I did the original Sony Xbox. I've done the original Xbox, the original, or the PlayStation, and then when the PlayStation got small, I did a lot of those in glove boxes. I did a Navigator once where we built those. We did this center console that went from the radio all the way back to the back, and it had like 2 different game systems, the GameCube, some other game system, had all kinds of amps, and it was pretty crazy. I wish I could find those pictures. That was before cell phones. About DNF tool, it's tool drawer. But have you guys thought about selling installation kits like ferrules, wire, fuse? That stuff has kind of come up here and there. Like we've toyed with the idea, and it's not to say we wouldn't do it at some point, because now that we have the actual retail website for the IRTA2, it wouldn't be that hard to transition into something like that. I mean, it would be difficult, but we could figure it out. Yes, we've talked about the idea. It's just one of those things of what we want it to be and how involved do we want to make it. Because part of the problem with building out stuff like that is how much time you have to do it. And right now, I don't know if we'd have the time. And by time, I mean like answering questions, making sure people understand how to use ferrules. And it's like making a video is one thing, but then getting them to watch and understand it, sometimes things get lost in translation. So, and with the amount of work we do here, and then trying to do that might not work. So at some point, something's got to give, so we'll figure it out. But yeah, that is something we've talked about doing. Deem your honest opinion, best 6.5 two-way set for SQ loud. Ooh. I mean, if we're talking loud, I'm looking at like some Flax. Sound quality loud, Flax.
Sound quality
loud.
Why not the K2s?
Well, I don't know what the price is, so I'm just going medium of the road. I mean, I feel K2s, yes. KRX2s, for sure. Although you got KRX2s, you could also go into the Merle hybrids, because Merle hybrids are screaming too. You know, so, and there's about a dozen other speakers we could sit here and talk about. So, I mean, you know, the thing is, when you're spending $1,000 on, under $1,000 on a set of speakers, you're gonna get a good set of speakers. All right. Actually, there's a bunch of questions, and I would love to answer these, but it is 6:30, and that means we got to wrap this up because I have to go meet Mom before I go on vacation. So, hey guys, thank you so much for following us. Make sure to watch tomorrow at 6:30. Watch tomorrow at 6 Eastern Standard Time on the YouTubes, the 5-Star Network there. We'll take all your questions. We'll wrap the week up. We'll wrap it up before we head on vacation, but we are doing the show tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. This is it for Instagram, although you never know. We'll probably pop in once or twice while on vacation. It's a 6-hour time difference, so we'll see what happens. I don't know. Why not? But if we don't, hey, it just means I'm having a good time. So you guys have a good time as well. We'll talk to you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.